we go, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready for game 2 now of FNATIC versus GEEKFAM. Let's see if FNATIC are able to get that sort of second game in to sort of balance the series out. But I mean, Arthur, as we heard from you all on the panel, really liking GEEKFAM's lineup once again. I mean, again, just to sort of reiterate, is it that you feel is just so strong about what GEEKFAM's got here in game 2?
Oh man, the team fight from GEEKFAM is just so strong. It feels weird for me because I predicted GEEKFAM, and I'm going to try to be not biased going into this cast. But overall, I do think GEEKFAM has a super good team fight, and their execution has been perfect as well. And looking at the FNATIC side, like what Husky said, the level of degree for execution for FNATIC is just so much higher than GEEKFAM.
Yeah, and I mean, but on the other side for FNATIC, I mean, what do you think could be the sort of the piece that sort of gets the ball rolling? Like what is sort of the strongest element of what FNATIC has in your eyes?
I think it all comes down to Moon and Tiny. They have the most of the magic bursts in the early game. If they are able to do something crazy for their team themselves, they will be able to set up a pretty good tempo for the PL to eventually carry the team. So I think a lot of eyes should be laid down to Moon and DJ on the Tiny and Puck.
Yeah, and what sort is there some like timing of the game that you think is going to be the easiest for FNATIC to play in? Like if we see this game go really late, are you just always going to be favouring the Terrorblade as the late game carry?
Oh yeah, definitely. If this goes to late game, I do feel like there's a lot of ways for TB to carry out this game. But of course, you always have to worry about the timing as well, because Terrorblade without the Metamorphosis is another hero. So if FNATIC is able to abuse that timing and get something in return for themselves, that would be really great for FNATIC. But if you're talking about timing, the first 10 to 15 minutes definitely going to be very big for FNATIC, because those are the Blink Dagger timings from Puck and Tiny.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we'll see if FNATIC can get some sort of strong laning setups to make sure they do get that early advantage against GEEKFAM in these lanes. At the moment, this will be Cuckoo down on the bottom, backed up by Whitemon and Zephyr. Obviously imagining Zephyr's going to be making the moves across the map as this Mirana, and they're going to be looking to put the pressure onto Savage down here, farming on his PL. Moon, of course, in the mid against the mid Pango played by K, and then top lane Ice on his Batum once more, supported by Jabs and DJ on the Disrupted Tiny respectively, against Raven in the safe lane as the TB. So we'll see how the sort of the forwards move around and how we are going to get things set up and such. Looks like, yeah, Jabs is going to be able to head down bottom to help out Savage. I mean, is there, out of these three lanes, is one of these lanes, does it sort of have the potential for FNATIC to win that matchup on any of these three lanes?
Oh, I think the mid lane is going to be pretty exciting for us to watch. Moon versus K. I think if K tries to be over-aggressive, he might be punished by Puck, especially when the 4-minute marks come through. Tiny will be making a lot of rotation towards the mid lane, so Carl has to be really careful. We have always seen Carl being too aggressive and get punished, so we might see this coming too. And bottom lane, I think bottom lane is the one lane that FNATIC really wants to solidify, because we are up against a Sand King plus Rihanna. There's a lot of Q potential. Jabs has to be really careful when it comes to pulling the creeps. Positioning is very important for him.
Yeah, we'll see how well FNATIC can hold the lane position down bottom to make sure that Savage is able to farm without Cuckoo and Zephyr getting to put too much pressure onto him on that bottom lane. As we're seeing on the first few waves mid, pretty even, but K definitely being kept that little bit lower for the harassment that Moon is able to keep consistently onto the Pango. In terms of regen, K has got a salve out ready, so he's going to be able to have that sort of boost to his HP as Moon trying to rush straight for the bottle. He's got 500 gold in on it at the moment. K's going to jump forward. Moon going to keep himself safe, quick hold to the side, make sure that K can't get any more hits in. So that will be the first salve popped here by K as he keeps himself strong and solid in the lane, down bottom as well. Yeah, I've got that one sentry down to the side, but Cuckoo able to read that and keep that wave there at least on outside of the range of it. But Savage still able to farm quite nicely underneath the tower down bottom.
Yeah, mid lane K is doing a really good job already there. He has already forced out one salve from Moon, and right now it's the second salve, so it's gonna drag down the... Oh wait, bottom lane though. Got a very beautiful arrow on
Yeah,
Jab.
Jabs and Zephyr, they're going in one-on-one. They've got the fairy fires coming out. It's going to mean that Zephyr wins the trade, gets the first blood. Savage, of course, able to clean up Zephyr in return. But Zephyr getting that initial first blood, he's going to be happy with that one. Yeah, both of them are very close there. As I say, both just relying on those fires to try and win that trade, as GEEKFAM are able to be the ones to get away with first blood first.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also, we have always seen Zephyr as the biggest X factor for GEEKFAM. We definitely don't want him to get off to a very good start. Otherwise, Zephyr would be able to do a lot of damage to FNATIC. So far, seems like bottom lane is already pretty solidified from the side of GEEKFAM. All he wants to do is to get to the level 2 Sandstorm, and he'll be able to outlast PL on the lane. The mid lane is going to be really close now. K has got his border for himself.
Yeah, we're seeing on the cores, as you say, yeah, PL definitely getting pressured much more than Raven is up top. As Raven, top CS right now, 17 and 5. As Ice is, he's having the sort of toughest time so far out of the cores, lowest CS right now out of the 6 of them in the game. So yeah, this Raven Terrorblade is off to a very good beginning. Also will have the Metamorphosis good to go again in 10 seconds, so Ice will have to be careful if Whitemon and Raven do decide to get aggressive. Ice has got to be a little wary at this. They are going to start poking a little bit, but with the shield they'll hold back, and Raven wanting to keep himself focused on the CS. See the 4-minute runes come up, DJ in place up top. As K is hoping for the RNG down bottom, but it's not going to favour him. It will be the haste rune up top, and with the orb, very important for Moon. He's going to be able to get over and get that refill on the bottle. So a win there for FNATIC across the mid. And meanwhile down bottom, a loss for them there. Zephyr able to run down and chase Jabs out of the lane, get himself a second kill. I mean, you said you've got to watch out for Zephyr, and he's already looking to be offered a good start as this Mirana.
Oh yeah, definitely. And also top lane while Tiny is away, GEEKFAM on the TB does a lot of damage to Abaddon. So right now Raven is already popping his second Metamorphosis, trying to solidify the lane himself. He can always still retreat to the jungle and make sure he flash farm and steal faster than the PL. But mid lane is really the lane we want to watch at right now. Zephyr making a move towards mid lane, but K is kind of low though, so nothing can be done towards Moon.
Yeah, Zephyr will be able to just hold the lane for a bit whilst K backs off for the bottle refill at the bounty rune. Now the top lane, DJ able to secure that one there for FNATIC too. Tosses back Whitemon. Sure he's able to back up and grab that.
Yeah, very quiet early game from DJ so far. He hasn't been able to done too much. I mean, Pangolin is one of the hardest heroes to gank as well, unless he does a very aggressive swashbuckler forward. But Moon is the first one to be making.
Oh, yeah, they're going to try and go on Raven. I mean, Raven, he needs help, and he needs it now. DJ trying to get in position for the toss back to break the coil over to the side, but actually came, I believe, just as the coil enders. They don't get the stun. They'll almost certainly still get the kill, though. Too much burst for Raven to withstand. An excellent move there from Moon with that haste to shut down the Terrorblade already just the once, just taking him out of the lane. They've got to do this. They cannot let Raven have a free game, as we've seen so many times before what happens when Raven isn't killed early on.
Yeah, definitely. And this was the catapult timing as well. So Abaddon probably can make some tower damage on the top tier one. And Jabs once again taking away the rune coming out from Jab. Oh, didn't quite make it. That was
Not quite
so
enough
close.
there between Zephyr and K. Yeah, he's doing his job there, Jabs. Stopping the bottle refill from K. Very important. Yeah, that DD could have set up for K himself to start moving around and getting aggressive with his own 6 with the Rolling Thunder good to go.
Bottom lane is
Kill on the Terrorblade is, yeah, it's getting better for the PL now. Because PL is 23Savage, he's taken the lead, he's top net worth, top CS.
Yeah, and he's level 6 too. This is a super fast level 6 timing, and all these illusions is gonna help him block out the potential arrow coming out from Zephyr as well. Right now it's so hard for Cuckoo to try and get any Q attempts onto Savage. This is where Disruptor really wants to leave Savage on the lane by himself and try to maybe get as much stacks as he can for the PL in the jungle. And we have seen Disruptor constantly be walking around the mid lane, trying to protect Moon a little bit. Raven right here is already making a retreat into the jungle.
Well, Zephyr will find Jabs to get enough damage on his own for this one. And Okay, he's not going to try and dive it. Doesn't have enough on his own to kill jabs, but still forcing jabs back. Jabs actually going to pop the clarity in the sail so he can stay out on the map. Top lane Moon, he's coming in for another rotation, and every time the stream call comes up, he's trying to make a play up top. This time round, Raven just becoming a little more smart to it, sticking to the jungle, playing it safe. Also getting fortunate there as he's able to dig up a bounty rune. As top, I mean, this Ogre, Whitemon does step back forward, was trying to get some XP, but Moon, as I say, he headed up here. So with the three of them, they'll be able to take down the Ogre, keep the pressure onto this tier 1 tower. There will actually be a TP in from Cuckoo. He's going to head over and try and stop FNATIC from getting away with this. Savage, Moon and Ice are around if they want to try and get aggressive, but no sentry wards or detection on them right now, so Cuckoo can play very safe, holding the tower with the Sandstorm. So able to stop FNATIC from pushing that one down for now.
Yeah, I love this move coming up because you desperately want to hold your tier 1 tower so that TV can spend as much time as you can in the jungle. They have two great ways to push out the lanes. You have Swashbuckler from Pangolier, Sandstorm from Sand King. So you really want, so GEEKFAM is now really utilizing all these spells for them to hold the tower down. TV is one of the better heroes when it comes to entrance farming, so as long as he live and breathe in the triangle, he would be able to outspeed PL, but PL is already off to a pretty good start.
All right. Zephyr, yeah, gets the arrow connection move. Able to get out in time though, as Whitemon couldn't quite get in range for the fire blast. Still they're going to chase though, jumps to the side, and K, he's on the chase with the rolling thunder. Moon trying to run away, he's got another orb. K, he finishes him off with the swashbuckle. As GEEKFAM get the kill, Ice tries to step over towards Zephyr, but Zephyr with that final leap charge, he's out into the river, and FNATIC won't be able to punish GEEKFAM for killing off their path.
Man, K, what a man. I swear he's the only mid player that can go for such a high risk kill, but he makes it work, so that's what makes it matters the most. TB is already at bottom lane, trying to push out and trying to dish out some kind of tower pressure towards FNATIC side. And FNATIC right now, they are really at the reactive side. There's not much active move they can do because PL will always need to wait for the diffuser blade timing, and Park knows that he's the only one that they can make move on the map, but this is really hurting ESP a lot. He's only level 7 in 9 minutes now.
This important move onto Raven. Can they catch him off guard? They toss into the coil, into the silence. Excellently done by DJ and Moon. They'll get the kill. Can K and Zephyr find anything in return? They'll look for DJ with the swashbuckle, jumping in with the Starstorm damage. DJ is still on the run though. He's going to be able to make it away. K, he's got one more swashbuckle. He has to hit it, but he tries for the trees. Is not going to get the correct read on DJ, as DJ is able to walk himself away back to safety. As FNATIC again, they're doing it. This is exactly what they have to be doing. They've got to be finding Raven. They just cannot allow Raven to free farm. And now, killed him off a second time. 2 times now where they're able to invade his half of the map and take him down.
Yeah, in top lane, more ice.
More ice. All right, Cuckoo able to get the kill alone there with the old ult. Let's go straight in onto him. No borrowed time. It's still on cooldown. And Cuckoo getting very far in this game. Veil of Discord and 1,300 gold already on top of that Veil.
Yeah, the second has to be really careful. Which doctor is here?
Oh, but Cuckoo steps out to the side, and he's probably going to be all right. He's very, very tanky. They do not have the damage to get him. They will finish off the tower, FNATIC. Yeah, Cuckoo is quite a threat. A very beefy hero right now. The FNATIC, they're going to need a little bit more than that if they want to try and kill off the Sand King. Yeah,
nevertheless, this is such a big win for FNATIC 2 O's. Cuckoo still wants to go in, but wouldn't have anything. The Burrow Strike didn't connect, so PL should be safe for now. And look at the network between the PL and the TB is such a big difference now. And PL is going to hit his timing very early on, and this will allow FNATIC to really ramp up the tempo. And if you look at GEEKFAM, they should be ready for it though, because Sand King has off for a really good start. If they really want to take a fight, the view of this guy is going to help GEEKFAM out a lot. And Carl is already halfway towards the Maelstrom, so magic damage from GEEKFAM side is going to be very insane.
Top Zephyr on the hunt again. Raven is around. I'm just going to try for the arrow, but nobody to be found here. Cuckoo, epicenter back in 25 seconds, but it's focused on trying to get what probably will be that blink dagger done. 1600 on towards it. closer and closer. And Carl playing around with the idea of going on twice. Borrowed time is available. Moon down bottom. His farm still looking pretty darn nice right now. 1300. So he's going to be hitting sort of similar timings to Cuckoo this game. Another whiff Static Storm. He's able to get the catch there as GEEKFAM remain more than safe in the lane. Okay, this creep wave is going to pretty much give it to Cuckoo. Cuckoo's going to have this blink, so this Sand King's going to be able to set up a whole lot for GEEKFAM.
Yeah, this is 7 seconds. This is 70 seconds without the Static Storm for Fnatic. So if they want to force something, we have to wait for another 1 minute. This is such an big opening for GEEKFAM. Sand King will be able to utilize this downtime to finish off his dagger and really be the one that is attacking Fnatic at all time. Savage though, he's actually finding a lot of space for himself. He's actually not going for Diffuser Blade here. He's gonna finish up the Manta Style first, so really try to avoid fights at all costs and try to be just stealing as fast as possible so that he's making sure that he will be fatter than the TV at all times.
And so far, continue to make it work out, holding that slight lead against Raven. Still, those you said at the start, Fnatic, they really need to sort of be ahead rather than even or behind. As GEEKFAM's lineup's only going to get stronger. Top lane DJ going to find Cuckoo. Cuckoo's going to start the epicenter up. He's going to, all right, just sort of happy and hold his ground. That's not going to do any damage to anyone, as they will slowly but surely kill Cuckoo off. Surely, I mean, but they do have another dust, as they will find him, they will kill him. So epicenter now wasted. That's a little unfortunate there for Cuckoo, as that was at the same time when he was getting the Blink Dagger sent out to him. So the Blink Dagger reveal, it's either going to have to be held off for 100 seconds, or he's going to be making a play without the epicenter.
Yeah, I still think they have a lot of ways to kill Fnatic though. Epicenter is not really the main damage sources for them. They always have a lot of weight. Topside Zephyr is in a lot of trouble. Fortunately, PL didn't have the Diffuser Blade, so he's quite fine here.
Oh, nice might dive this. He's got borrowed time, and Zephyr, okay, does have the final leap charge. Also TP coming in from K, so Zephyr able to get away down bottom. They did drop the Dream Coil onto K there. That was to cancel his TP. That was coming in from K towards the top lane. Maybe they could do something now that they've kept K held down here with jabs. And DJ are coming across. Come in with the Rolling Thunder though. Moon needs help. He's got to have his teammates over in time. Ice will be able to offer up an Aphotic Shield. The Static Storm will trap Cuckoo, as Fnatic, they'll toss forward for DJ and take down the Sand King. As Fnatic, that's 2 times now where they killed Cuckoo off. Now, GEEKFAM, let's see if they can actually fight back here. They're looking towards the Tiny. Arrows out. DJ goes down. Chase for more Ice. Swashbuckle from K if he wants to go for this. It's a little hard though. Ice. I mean, Ice is still on cooldown for 30 seconds, but doesn't look like GEEKFAM want to push this here. Fnatic will just make sure they retain control of the vision in this area. GEEKFAM, they have managed to push Fnatic away from this bottom half, so Raven can put the meta and look to take this tier 1 tower.
This is really good for GEEKFAM. Aside of the on the field failure attempt, but most importantly, you keep your Raven tempo up. Your TP is farming really good right now, almost 300 away from the Manta Style. This will help him survive through the burst of Puck a lot. So Raven is definitely looking to be involved in the teamfight more than the PL, especially right now. He knows that PL is not going for the Diffuser Blade first. This is the time GEEKFAM wants to take a hit on Fnatic. Suddenly smoke up.
Yeah, they're looking for exactly that here. Hit the Cuckoo. Center back online. See what sort of a jump he can find. They're charging across. That is the real Savage. Savage is very, very low here. They're going to go in with the Burrow Shot, but it doesn't actually catch Savage. Savage, though, he gets unlucky with the double. He's trying to fake it out with the Illusion Micro, but they're not going to fall for it. GEEKFAM, they commit on the hero and will get him there. Savage, very unlucky there with the RNG. If he ends up down on the low ground, he may have just had a chance of running away.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sometimes the RNG god just decides to mess you up a little bit and makes the game more interesting. TB is definitely the biggest winner here. He does nothing, just farming, and PL dies, so just gets a lot of time to catch up to PL right now. And we know that every single time the Metamorphosis is off cooldown, Raven on the TB will absolutely come to hit on your tower.
Mid. Try and get the ult out from Ice. Take that out for a minute. And yeah, for sure, yeah, you can see with the build as well from Raven going Manta into the BKB, making sure that he can turn up and really hold their ground against FNATIC mid lane. They're going to look for the lead in onto Savage. They've got the power, the epi, the arrow, the everything with the thunder. Savage is dead. Pushing forward there a little blindly as well as the PL on mid. GEEKFAM, a very easy catch for them as Savage just sort of pushing in like that. There's just not going to be the chance for Ice to get in time and save it.
Yeah, you just can't push out onto the high ground without any vision from your Reaver. That was a very weird move coming out from PL. Most of the times, Savage won't be doing things like that, but I guess they are sensing some kind of urgency here in this game because TB is definitely doing a very good job.
And the River, they are able to at least burst down Zephyr, but using the Static Storm for that, something that they do need to save things for Raven. And yeah, definitely a worry for FNATIC if Savage continues to make those sort of moves. As just after seeing the way that Raven plays, Raven's he's not going to be doing things like that. You're never really going to expect to just see Raven pushing blindly in the mid lane up to the high ground. He's not going to make those sort of mistakes. So Savage has really got to sort of tighten it up a bit and cannot afford to be caught out like that by GEEKFAM. Otherwise, this game's going to be very easy for Raven to out-carry him.
Yeah, in bottom lane, Puck just wasted another coil onto the Sand King. All this leader move is just not going into the right way for FNATIC right now. FNATIC side, they have to always mirror the movement of Sand King. Whenever the Sand King is off the map, they should know that this Sand King is probably poking out with his team or smoking with the Mirana and trying to get some kind of kill. The biggest decision maker is definitely on Cuckoo right now. Then they are going to start once again trying to ramp things up. This time they are going to fight with TB with the Metamorphosis.
Let's see what they can do, Raven. He starts showing himself on the side. That Whitemon coming in from an awkward angle gets surprised immediately by GEEKFAM. The Disruptor's gone. Okay. Thinking about charging in for more. Ice. He's going to try and hold. Or he'll stick around this tower. Actually, he's going to bail. The Metamorphosis is out. They know that this tier 1 tower cannot be saved. K already setting up for more with the Moonlight Shadow. He's found 23Savage. He's going to start playing around with the PL. Just pulling this PL all the way away. He's actually going to commit the ult too. He's going to try and chase this down. He's actually finding the connection with the Rolling Thunder onto the real PL. Little awkward bounces though there. Savage tries to go for the standstill micro. Is it going to work out? Pops the man to Savage. Will live with no Cuckoo. Then with the power strike. The essence ring for Savage though was out in time. Savage this time. He'll win. The bait pays off as GEEKFAM overcommit. Getting that essence ring off just in time. Savage able to remain alive. And FNATIC can turn that one around.
6 seconds to glimpse. They really want a TB right here. Moon is to get any vision for the Disruptor.
Oh, he jumped up the high ground here. Whitemon's going to be able to turn with the stun though. He jumped into his own death, the Puck. The Static Storm does indeed catch Raven, but Raven, he's able to walk out of it. Turns with the Sunder. Raven's fine. Or is he? Actually, DJ with that top back. Can they finish Raven? Raven getting low. Raven will fall. No, he's not fine. They get it. FNATIC, they lose their Puck, but absolutely worth it. Any opportunity to take Raven out of the game is an opportunity they have to take. And with those kills, Savage, he's only a recipe away now from the Diffusal Blade.
Oh yeah, that was such a good way by PL to start everything with. As GEEKFAM, you always have to know there's an Abaddon coming in with huge amount of sustain. You can't just extend yourself so much deeper into the enemy territory because TB is not a very fast hero to catch up to you, even though Metamorphosis now no longer reduce movement speed. But you really don't want to forcing your TB to be chasing after you. And this is such a big mistake from GEEKFAM, and FNATIC, we have said so many times that they are great at capitalizing on any mistake that their opponent gives them, and once again, they are going to punish Cuckoo in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and that's going to be the money there. Savage, he's got the blade done, the diffusal's out. So now, really incredible increasing the potential of the PL in these fights. Raven, how's he doing on the BKB? Will almost certainly have his BKB complete for the next skirmish. Just 200 gold off the Ogre Club. So really going to kick off here from both the cores as they continue to stay in a very similar area, about 11.5k net worth on both of them right now. FNATIC, they've also got the buff up of Ice, getting this pipe done. A little bit of a different build from what we saw in his last game.
See you later,
understandably so. He's got to make sure that he's able to keep Savage Moon alive in these fights so that they just can get all their spells out. Savage can lock down onto a target. DJ also got a completed Echo on top of his Blink Dagger, so this Tiny, pretty scary. A lot of burst from DJ on whichever target he gets on top of.
Yeah, they are all optimizing for themselves to have this ability to burst down the TB really quickly. And right now, GEEKFAM is trying to make a move. Moonlight Shadow. FNATIC, do they see this coming?
Oh, Zephyr's going to start things on a Jabs, but actually whiffs the arrow combo, leaving Jabs an opportunity to turn with the Static Storm. Jabs will still die though as Raven and K get on top of him. They lose Zephyr on the back lines, jump out from Moon as he goes down to the low ground, but K is chasing with the Rolling Thunder. Phase shift will dodge the initial Rolling Thunder stun. K, can he get him with the second one? He can't. And K, he's jumped up to the high ground. He's way too deep. DJ turns with the combo. K gets another shield crash up. There's a bit of damage reduction helping him out, but the illusions are beating down on him. He's out of mana, tries to jump over the side. They commit with the illusion, but K actually gets another swashbuckle off. K's still alive here. They can't quite finish off the Pango. Savage, he'll look over towards Cuckoo. They have the dust out. Cuckoo will die under the sandstorm. So they have the vision. But K actually able to get out. So Cuckoo's life falls, but saving his mid laner.
Yeah, this is such a dangerous move by K. He almost leads his team into a very bad position for a fight as well. K has to be really careful with all this bait that FNATIC is doing on him. And he's one of the players that will always take on the bait. He probably wants to calm down a little bit right now. But this is FNATIC telling GEEKFAM that they are ready to fight with the Diffuser Blade coming out from PL. 5-man from FNATIC is going to be super strong. You always have this Abaddon for you to come in with a lot of burst here. But if you look at GEEKFAM's side, they really don't have any sustainability from themselves. There's only one 4-star from Cuckoo that can get your teammate out of trouble. But aside of that, there's really nothing.
Oh, mid. Ice, he's getting slowed. They've got the control with the burst strike and the Rolling Thunder. Ice held underneath the tower. 5-man of GEEKFAM. Kill off the Abaddon, and they'll make a quick move for by the looks of it, maybe Eva Roche are looking for a kill up top. Let's see where they want to head. They're going to go straight into the pit.
Oh, this is
now that they've got the damage with the Metamorphosis, they're going to get away with this. It doesn't look like FNATIC's going to be able to pull together any attempt to stop this one.
Yeah, they won't be able to make it 26 seconds more on the Abaddon to be alive. I like how Raven just instantly pops meta for this because having an Aegis for him, it means so much. It could be game changing too. Now it means that they can take fights a little bit more aggressive and they can push things a little bit more to the limit as well. And again, with these Aegis, they are able to finally, for the first time in this game, walk up to the triangle of FNATIC and try to down some aggressive wards so that they can plan some advanced move for the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Some quick reads here from GEEKFAM. They're also going to try and catch out DJ on the top lane. Zephyr, they're looking for the setup of DJ, quick with the blink into the trees, and Zephyr, arrow still on cooldown, so can't go fishing for him. DJ just doing a very good job of continuing to take any sort of space that's presented to him, and it's starting to really bump up the farm on him, as we already saw. Very good blink dagger, echo saber timing. He's now got 1300 on top of that as well. Level 15 as well. I mean, you compare him to the 4 of GEEKFAM. Zephyr's sitting at level 12 and a couple of thousand net worth behind. So DJ really starting to take a very good position as the 4.
Yeah, GEEKFAM is really suffering from all these moves coming up from FNATIC. This time around, they don't have the disruptor for them to come in with all the punishing abilities. They really all rely on Kuku's Sanking to make move, to make all this initiation. But they do have a lot of heroes to chain stun with, though. The arrow coming up from Mirana, the Fire Blast. But execution has to be perfect for GEEKFAM's side to punish them.
Oh, top lane. Dropping the coil onto Zephyr, but no detection on Moon on the front line, so me and Light Shadow's going to put that play to a complete stop.
Zephyr is still staying, though.
And He's going to show himself once more.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
DJ, the avalanche off, that's going to do it. That's going to do it. He can leap all he wants. Last right click from Moon, chasing him down. So Zephyr did know that they're around, sticking in the area far too long. Back over in the jungle, Raven, very close to having his butterfly complete on the Terrorblade, just a talisman short. And they've also got the completed pipe on their side now as well. So amongst the pipe from Cuckoo and the Greaves from K, GEEKFAM have now got that sort of burst sustainability that they were lacking before against FNATIC's team fight. Mid, K. Oh, they get the drag back into the Static Storm. Have they got the damage to kill him off in time? They do. K's going to fall. Cuckoo comes in with the bonus trap, but it wasn't soon enough to save the Pango. And now Cuckoo's going to go down as well. Again, sort of just having to try and save K, and it's costing them very heavily, GEEKFAM. Also, deep by the tier 2, Whitemon just run down. FNATIC can take this tier 1, and K's just got to be careful. These sort of positions are just spelling disaster for his team.
Yeah, this might very well turn into a tier 2 for FNATIC themselves as well. GEEKFAM, they are the one that want to control this pace of the game with the ages, but with all these careless mistakes that they are doing, the network gain for themselves is really slipping away towards FNATIC.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
They're actually losing 2 towers.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, DJ's just getting all the space in the world. This Tiny is so farmed. He's nearly he's going to be taking over Ice. He's going to be taking over Cuckoo at this stage in the game. He's nearly got a full axe as this 4 Tiny at 28 minutes in. He's been just farming like a madman and killing us well. 2-1 and 9. I mean, no surprises really at all, but just another game where DJ is he's just ahead of the game.
Yeah, I like the approach of DJ as well. They know that this game is a pretty quiet one. It wouldn't be a lot of kills happening, so he just focused himself in the map and trying to get as much network as he can when it comes to the mid game. But mid lane though.
Oh, let's see if they can take down Ice. He's going to pop the ult, try and run. Static Storm's down, only traps Cuckoo. Will be enough to stop GEEKFAM from committing too heavily onto Ice. They know that there's backup from FNATIC inbound. Still just sticking around Raven. Still a little bit of time with the Aegis. They're quite literally, I believe, only 30 seconds. So unlikely to find too much more with that. And maybe a time we'll see that FNATIC do try and make a move as that Aegis expires.
I think there's a lot of timing that they want to wait, especially the Aghanim Scepter on Tiny purely is going to come in handy against all the illusions of TB, because all of the illusions walks really slow, and TB loves to take the standstill fight as well, so purely is going to be super useful. And Moon, look at how aggressive he is. A split pushing, because there's no one from GEEKFAM that can punish him, especially now that he has gotten himself a Lincoln Sphere. He's allowed to play as aggressive as he wants, and Tiny at another side of the map will be also doing the same thing.
Radiant are scanning.
Let's see what DJ can do, and also picking up the time for himself, trying to get himself that level 18. Some very continued quick levels for the way he's been split pushing lanes is, again, just the difference between his leveling and Zephyr's. About 4 level difference right now between the 4s. It's going to be a lot for GEEKFAM to deal with, and a lot for Raven to try and carry against us. Overall, FNATIC 6k up at the moment in this game too.
FAM is having the sense of urgency now. With the 5-minute possession of Aegis, they actually didn't manage to get any advantage in terms of economic. They are losing gold every single time. They are losing map control as well. So really big props to FNATIC on how to drag out the Aegis from GEEKFAM and playing the map too. All of a sudden, we've seen him dying 15 minutes earlier, but right now he has completed a Skadi and halfway through the butterfly already. So if this advantage is able to continue to slow more from FNATIC's side, EL will be so big when it comes to late game, and especially part 2. He's already completed the Aghanim Scepter for himself.
Yeah, it's just so much for Raven to deal with. As we can see, GEEKFAM's cores, K and Cuckoo starting to slip behind quite a bit. Whereas FNATIC, with the way that DJ is stepping up there, it's going to be the point where it's sort of 4 very farmed heroes against this Terrorblade. And Raven, you know, his farm's great, but it's just not any greater really than Savage's PLs. They're at the same point. So all in all, it may just look to be a bit too much for Raven to be able to win the game against.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like a TB versus the world already. Tangole is not going to do too much damage to the PL illusion right now, especially with the build that he went for. Guardian Grief, a little bit of sustain, a little bit of damage, but when it comes to team fight, it's all going to come down to the rolling thunder. FNATIC has full control of this game right now, but they're still not going to take a fight though. They still want to build up the advantage. They know that there's no way GEEKFAM can punish them when they go for the aggressive split move. But mid lane, GEEKFAM's time to make a move.
See what they want to do. Cuckoo.
Dire's top tower
He's going to be
is
hunted,
under
but as
attack.
soon as they come in, he's out with the blink. FNATIC, seeing if they can chase a little bit. There's going to be aggressive TP over as well from Moon on the puck. Going to try and shut them off on the escape. He's able to find the coil onto Cuckoo. They'll go for the Sand King. Face shift to dodge the arrow. Cuckoo will be left behind by the rest of the team. FNATIC just getting these sort of kills. Moon chasing in. He's able to blink forward. He has found Zephyr. Moon with this gem. Having that vision through the moonlight. Zephyr dropping the triple leaps to get back to base. He will live, but it's just the fact that we're seeing that GEEKFAM, anytime they sort of get close to maybe being able to set something up, as soon as FNATIC catch wind of it, GEEKFAM, they have to just get right out of there, because these head-on team fights are just not going to favor them right now.
Exactly. This maneuvers from FNATIC is so good to watch right now. Every time GEEKFAM try to charge down to the towers, by 5 men, they always have to TP back to the towers and to react to the puck and the tiny. It's just so hard for GEEKFAM to make any advancement move. They have to catch somehow catch Moon or Tiny.
Diving. Savage. He's just going past the tier 3s with his kill on the Ogre with the illusions, and he'll get it. Back over towards the tower as well. FNATIC, they'll claim that. The racks are exposed. Cuckoo's going to be back up in a couple of seconds, so they will have to fight the Sand King to help defend this, but Savage has already taken it down to half HP. Jukes out the swashbuckle, comes back in, keeping the illusions on K. Burning his mana, pushing him back. Cuckoo jumps in with the Burrow Strike, but the Dream Core is down on the Cuckoo. Cuckoo tries to get the epicenter out, but it's been silenced. Tops the side, into the static, so K gets the ult off in time, but they've already lost Cuckoo. Raven trying to hold his ground, the bench with the BKB and the Metamorphosis, but does he actually have the damage? They're losing heroes on GEEKFAM. Zephyr buys back. Moon jumps back over towards K. Savage charges forward. DJ in with the toss combo, blows up the Pango. Raven's BKB's come to an end, and now he's vulnerable. FNATIC just pushing Raven back to base, glimpsing it back. Raven will be able to turn and get the Sunder off, but it's too much for this Terrorblade to deal with as Raven goes down. He has no buyback. K silenced it again. Savage chases him down. They're just going to call it. This game is over as FNATIC are able to run down GEEKFAM, get it to the point where GEEKFAM, it was only Raven in a good position. Both Cuckoo and K just fell behind. They were never able to make the plays, and FNATIC just got so much done. I mean, as we said, we saw this game. DJ had so much farm in this position 4 times.